Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of Surreal Nightlife.com. And I'm sitting here today, guys, in front of Omnia. You can see the LED sign in my background here. I'm over in the sports book, which is right next to the VIP entry. And this video is going to be all about the bottle service and getting into this place, Omnia, which arguably is the best club in Las Vegas, maybe even the best club in the world. So hopefully they don't kick me out of here at Caesars. Probably don't know I'm filming right now, but if they do, I'll get kicked out. So try to get this video out as fast as I can. And I'll tell you all about the different options here for Omnia for getting into this place in bottle service. So let me just tell you about Omnia. It is open on Tuesdays. For an industry party, it's very good. It's the only place really good to go on Tuesdays. They are open on Thursdays as well, but it's just going to be the Heart Room or the Terrace, depending on the weather outside. And it's not, it's kind of more for like people in the casino and whatnot. It's okay. It's not great. There are probably better options out there than this on Thursdays. And then Fridays and Saturdays, always pretty much a big artist. Most of the time, they'll have the Terrace and the Heart Room open with the big artist. Sometimes, if it's not busy enough, they'll just have the Terrace or the Heart Room, and then the main room, of course. And then Sundays, they have the Heart Room or the Terrace, depending on how the weather is. And they have a Latin party. It's called Deseo Latin Sundays. So some good options here. Omnia is open 5 days a week, and it's always pretty good to go. Okay, probably the only night I probably wouldn't recommend is that Thursday night party. Other than that, it's solid. And, this place is arguably one of the few places in Vegas that even without a big artist on a Friday or Saturday, just because of the Chandelier show and the coolness of the club, it's always busy. Even the promoters that work here tell me, like, this is the one place that, they probably couldn't get by without promoters and it'd be just fine, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's always going to be busy. The guest list line tonight, I helped a couple of my buddies get in, and it was like, probably like a 2-hour wait, and they still got to pay to get in, like $175 if they're charging $50 tonight. Craziness. So if you are going to come to this place, probably wouldn't recommend the guest list unless you're a group of really pretty girls and they're all hot. Then they might bring you to the front of the line and you can get in quicker. They do some comp tables for the pretty girls and whatnot. I have a whole section on my website if you're interested in that. You can click on the link below, go over to the comp table section of the guide, read how that works. And then as far as like guys, if you're just coming here, I'd probably recommend getting tickets. You're going to pay to get in anyway, so you might as well just get the tickets and get in quicker. They do have like a Las Vegas Party Pass they offer a towel group. I do have a link for this below for tickets or the Party Pass. And that gets you into all the towel group venues for the whole weekend. So not a bad price. And they do offer like bar cards as well. So you can pay like $100 in advance. You get like $100 worth of drinks. So you're guaranteed you've got $100 worth of drinks and you guarantee your entry and you get in a little bit quicker. So that's definitely an option if you're on a tight budget and you can't afford a table. So definitely some good options. You can't bring weed into the casinos out here, just so you know, guys. No weed. It is legal in Las Vegas, but this is still operating under a federal license, a casino license. So you definitely don't want to bring weed in here because they're going to make you throw it away. They won't kick you out or anything. You have to throw it away. It's a waste of money. So don't bring weed here. It's not allowed in the nightclubs in Las Vegas, any of the nightclubs. Now, if you're looking for bottle service, I'm a VIP host. That's where I come in. I've been in the game for a long time. In fact, I'm originally from Chicago. I still own a couple shares of the nightclub Prism in Chicago. And I've been in the game since 2001. I'm a big promoter there until 2013. Been out in Vegas since. Helped open Hakkasan and helped open Hakkasan. I was part of the opening team, and then worked Hakkasan and Wet Republic back then for a year and a half. And then I went on my own. And I've been doing this since 2013. And I book tables out here in Las Vegas. So if you're coming out here, make sure you hit me up. My cell phone, 773-459-8133. Tell you where the best party is, what the best deal is for your money, and everything you need to know about Vegas, I have it right here in my head. So I can tell you guys exactly what to do and where to go and what's going to be the best bang for your buck. Now, this place is obviously not a deal club. You're not going to get any deals over here because Omnia is always slammed. And they do have good artists. Okay, this place, this year, 2025, I don't know when you're seeing this video, but right now they have some big hitters like Alesso, Martin Garrix. They got Tiesto on limited dates. They split him with Live Nightclub and Day Club. Tonight he's here actually. They do have Fisher, he's a big hitter. Zed, another big hitter. So they do have some big hitters. Once in a while they don't have a big name here. Maybe they'll toss in like a Paulie D or even a Little John or a Loud Luxury. But those are still pretty good DJs. They do draw over here. And this place, like I said, is always busy. Okay. Now, if you're looking for bottle service, there's a lot of options in the main room. Of course, you're going to have your dance floor tables. Those are going to be your Primus tables. They do have some different dance floor tables, like for your group that I would recommend. Like if you have a big group, the table kind of in the middle on each side, that's like 13 on the one side. I'm not sure what the number is on the other side, but table 13 is, I always get that for my biggest spenders with big groups. There are a couple closest to the DJ if you like being right underneath the DJ. The problem with those tables is they are kind of like right below the speakers, so it's super loud. So you're probably there's some earplugs there, but you are like literally like looking straight up at the DJ. All those are pretty good. And then there's kind of the owner's table all the way, the main dance floor, and straight back from the DJ. That's a big table for like a monster group, and a lot of times they split that up into like A and B. Okay, so that's also an option. That's probably not my favorite table. There's kind of like a divider in between the dance floor and you, and it kind of makes you feel like you're a little bit like fenced off from the dance floor, but it is what it is. It's still a pretty good table. And then, of course, you have your upper dance floor tables. Now, those are going to be the ones to the right and the left behind the dance floor tables. I think there's like, let's say 4 on each side. And then there's going to be what they call the second tier tables. Those are going to be the ones behind the owner tables. And those are going to be like basically like A and B of a really large table. And they're pretty good too. They're just further back. Okay, so upper dance floors and then your second tier tables. Second tiers are usually a little bit less money because they're further back and they kind of split the big section into 2 sections, A and B. And then you're going to have behind those, you're going to have your third row tables. Okay, I believe it's 31 to 36 in the back. And those are the best ones, by the way, 31 and 36 for the third row. Usually got a tip to get those. I wouldn't recommend those. They're almost as good as like a second tier or even an upper dance floor table, but they're still third row. You get a lot of action behind you. And then, what's it, 32 to 35. They're a little bit smaller tables, but there is action behind you. So if you a group of guys looking for girls, those third row tables are pretty good because there's action behind you. Whereas the second tier tables and the upper dance floors, there's not really anybody going in front or behind you. You're kind of pushed in there between the other tables. So those are maybe a little bit better for self-contained groups, or you actually got to go out and like, grab girls from the dance floor or the just the walk around area and pull them over your table. Okay, now there are tables behind the DJ that are considered second tier tables too. I do like those because they're real close to the DJ, and then there's third row tables behind the DJ as well, and I really like those as well. A lot of action by that other bar on the other end, and you're actually closer to the DJ there on those third row tables and those second tier tables than you are on the ones on all the way on the other end at the other bar. But there's action on both sides. I really don't think those are bad tables. Some people don't like them, some people do love them. So it's kind of a judgment now. I book those fairly often, and people like them. So I actually like them. I've hung out many times, and I do enjoy them right there. Now, there is, like I said, there's 2 main bars. There's one on each end. And then upstairs, there's going to be another bar on the far end from the DJ. And then there's large and small balcony tables, okay? And then there's also 2 skyboxes. Now, the 2 skyboxes are the ones right above the DJ, essentially. If you look up straight up to the DJ booth, you're going to see the 2 skyboxes. Those are huge. I had one of those last Friday. I had a group of like 14 up there. They loved it. They had a great time. They had plenty of room. It was like having your own little like VIP skybox, right at an Omnia, which is cool. And you're right directly above the DJ. And then there's going to be the large and the small balconies. One side is more preferable than the other, in my opinion, for the large and small balconies because the one side is closer to the bathroom and there's more traffic on that side. The other side, they kind of rope it off. There's really no traffic on that side at all. They only let people with the skybox or the small, large balconies on that side over there. So if you're a self-contained group, like guys and ladies, that side's fine. But if you're guys trying to meet girls, that side sucks. Okay, so make sure you ask me about that, and I'll recommend getting on the other side and request that. We can make that happen. All right, so that's pretty much your main room. I do like the Omnia main room, the Chandelier show. They do a Chandelier drop at 12:30. It's always lit, and then when the DJ comes out at 1:30, they do another big show, and the Chandelier goes pretty much nonstop while the DJ's going. So it's a good show in there, man. It's a good party, and Omnia is arguably the best club in the city. It's been going strong now, I think, 11 years, almost since 2013 or 14 when I moved out here. On 13, it came like 2 years later, and it's been solid ever since. So I got to be coming up with a 10-year anniversary or 11 or whatever, but it's still going just as good as it was when it did, maybe even better. Okay. Now, there is other options for tables in here if you want to do a table in the Heart of Omnia. The Heart of Omnia is a really cool room. Almost feel like that club would crush it in like Chicago. They have like, it's like a big rectangle, and a place like that would just be perfect for like a Chicago venue. They have like the upper dance floor tables, which are basically call them second tier tables. And they're all big and roomy. You got plenty of room in there. And then there's the lower dance floor tables, which are like, just like the main room, the little bit smaller tables, but they're all around the big rectangular dance floor, and they're good. Okay, there's a couple in the middle that kind of consider the owner's tables. They split those into 1 and 2. It's a smaller room. The DJ right in the center. Packed dance floor, kind of a small dance floor, but it's packed. And the vibe in there is great. I always like that place for hip hop. If you want to come over here and have a nice hip hop party, there's always a lot of action. There's one bar at the one end, always packed. And that room has just a great vibe. Okay, the sound system's not too loud in there. And it's nice. Air conditioning works well in there. I like the vibe in there a lot. So that's the Heart of Omnia. If you want to get a table in there, they're usually not too bad. Anywhere from like $2,000 to $1,500 for the dance floor typically, and then like $1,000 minimums, $1,500 minimums for the second tier tables. Not bad. Okay, you get a couple bottles, get a nice table, and then you can go over to the main room to see the artist whenever you want, and walk around the club. The whole club's open to everybody. Okay. Now they do have a terrace outside. I had a group up there tonight, and this is a perfect scenario. Guys, it was like 12 guys. The cover was like $175 or something. It was stupid. I'm like, why do you guys just put your money together, spend a little bit more, and you get a $2,000 minimum on the terrace, and we'll get everybody in. You get a bottle, you know, bottle and beers, a Magnum bottle and beers for $2,000, and they had a nice place to hang out. Way better experience, okay? You're going to spend that money on cover, you might as well split it to the table, okay? They're not that expensive on the terrace. You're not in the main room, but it is what it is. It's still a place to hang out, meet some girls, and, you know, get your drink on before the big show when Tiesto goes on later. So up on the terrace, you do have a few options. You do have the strip view terrace tables. Those are the ones overlooking the strip. Those are typically like 1,000 minimum. Some nights it might go up to 1,500 minimum, but I can usually get them for around 1,000 minimum. A lot of times, by the way, I can get a little bit lower minimums with handshakes type of thing. So just hit me up about that. I'll see what I can do for you guys. There are some what's called the Terrace Cabanas. Those are the ones along the wall. Those are good for maybe 8 to 10 people max. You start getting like anything above 10, they're going to be a little tight up there. I like the Terrace Cabanas because they're elevated and they kind of overlook everything. But the strip view terrace tables have a little bit more traffic if you're looking for traffic. And then there's the ones in the middle. There's my guys today had 334 or 334, I think it was, and 334, 335 are the biggest tables out there on the terrace. They're kind of like the I can't remember what the ones in the middle are called, but they're just like regular terrace tables. They're kind of like the second tier terrace. And so the strip view, the second tier, and the Terrace Cabanas are all pretty solid. Okay, you got 3 different options over there, and you know, like I said, the price range anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000, maybe 2,500 on a really big night. But if you want one of the bigger ones for a larger group, I can make that happen with a handshake type of thing. Just let me know. And the terrace is cool. A little bit hot tonight, you know, it's hot in the middle of summer in Vegas. It wasn't terrible tonight, not bad. I was sweating a little bit, but not terrible. But there's a lot of action up there, and they have a good DJ up there. Typically playing like a mix of like deep house, open format, mainly like top 40 type stuff. I heard them playing like the outfield, you know, when I was outside just a minute ago. You know, people like that stuff out there. It's kind of chill. It's not super loud, and it's, you know, you go out there, have a drink, kind of, you know, let the calmness of the night kind of enjoy it, take it in and strip, etc. Whereas the main room's going to be a little more intense, okay? And then the hip-hop room's going to be hip-hop, all right? And so if you want one of the terrace tables or the hard tables, let me know. I can always work a deal over those. And typically, some nights they do sell out, but like tonight, I did see a couple open tables on the terrace, even with Tiesto here in the midsummer Friday. So if you guys want to hit me up and you want to book a package and you want to do something like like a strip club or a dinner or a limo, or girls want to do like a men's show, come over here, get a table, or just get in. I do offer a bunch of packages. I have a beautiful package system that I just built. I'm rolling out on all the websites. It'll be completely done this fall with an app and everything. So we're looking forward to that. Make sure you hit me up if you have any questions about Vegas. I am a professional party planner. My number is 773-459-8133. And I'm here to help. You guys have a wealth of knowledge up here. Brain is full of knowledge. You guys have any question, I can give you an answer. Been doing this stuff for a long time. And, I can help you get the best bang for your buck. Like I said, those guys tonight, we're going to, pay for tickets. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Don't pay for tickets. We'll get you a table. And they're so much happier. They actually are thanking me and stuff. So, stuff like that is just going to be stuff that I can offer. So I'm looking forward to planning your Vegas trip. I'm Brian Pfeiffer. I did get this video done. And the security guy actually walked right behind me and kicked me out. So that was kind of cool. But that's Omnia over there. And I'm looking forward to working with you out here in Las Vegas, over here at Omnia at the Caesars Palace. I'm Brian Pfeiffer signing out here. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel for more, and I'll bang that notifications bell. We'll talk to you soon.